Hey guys, what's up? I'm Erin and welcome back to Erin Talks Money, and this is Money Minutes, a series where I answer common money questions in just a few minutes. The purpose is to give you bite-sized financial information when you're running short on time. So because our time here is brief, let's dive right into today's topic, which is how much of an emergency fund do I need? Well, we all know we need an emergency fund because, well, in life, emergencies happen and inevitably they cost money. So the general rule of thumb is that you should have 3 to 6 months worth of expenses saved up in your emergency fund. So that means if you have monthly expenses of about $3,000, if you need a 3-month emergency fund, you would have $9,000 saved up. If you need a 6 months emergency fund, well, then you'd have $18,000 saved up. Now, your emergency fund is meant to cover you across a myriad of situations. For example, a car problem, an unexpected home repair, or even an unforeseen job loss. Because if you lose your job, it is inevitably going to take you a little bit of time to find a new one. According to Indeed.com, the average job search lasts about 9 weeks, so you want to make sure you're covered. And of course, that number is influenced by a number of different factors, things like market conditions, experience, location, and even the industry you're working in. If you happen to work a very stable job, or you have a 2-income household, or you know you could very quickly find a new job, well, then you only need a 3 months emergency fund saved up. However, if you're the sole income earner for your family, or you work in a highly specialized field and you know that it would take you some time to get back on your feet and find that new job, well, then you're probably more likely going to need that 6 months emergency fund saved up in order to cover your bases. The goal of having an emergency fund is to give yourself the time necessary to land back on your feet after these emergencies do pop up and not give yourself any unnecessary due stress. Now, of course, saving up 3 to 6 months worth of an emergency fund can seem rather daunting at first, and that's okay. All you have to focus on to start is to build up a $1,000 emergency fund, because after all, $1,000 can cover you in a number of different emergencies. But then once you have that $1,000, work on building it up a little bit larger each and every month. The goal here is to make sure that if those emergencies pop up, you don't have to resort to digging yourself into a hole of debt that is incredibly hard to get out of. Have that emergency fund so you don't have to resort to debt in case those emergencies do pop up. So start with $1,000 and then build it up from there. And of course, you are going to want to keep this emergency fund someplace stable. Think like a savings account or a money market account, so the money is actually there when you need it. The worst thing that would be happening is if you were to invest your money into, say, the stock market, and all of a sudden the stock market takes a downturn, you have an emergency fund and your money is no longer there when you need it. So invest it someplace stable, just a savings account, money market account, make sure it's there so you can access it whenever you need it. So remember the general rule of thumb for an emergency fund: you need 3 to 6 months worth of expenses saved up. If you want a full video on emergency funds where I go into a lot more detail, I will link it down in the description box below. But that's gonna wrap it up for me today. I hope you guys enjoy these brief Cliff Notes versions. Let me know in the comments below. I post new videos every Monday and Thursday. Make sure to hit that subscribe bell on the way out, hit that like button, and I will see you soon. Bye.